8 posts, 1 month, 6.5 million views. That's what happened to a metabolic health expert I worked with last month. His single most viewed post is a flat image with 1 sentence of copy, built on proper context. 2.6 million views. And before I came along, his content was somewhat flat. Same creator, same niche, and the same expertise. But something had changed. And it wasn't what most people think. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly what changed, why it produced those results, and what the actual difference is between content that travels and content that dies. Because it's probably not what you think. Before I get into it, I've put together a voice capture document. It's the first thing I build with every client, and it is the fastest way to see what changes when the AI actually knows who you are. Link is in the description. It's completely free, so grab it now and follow along, because everything I'm about to show you is going to make a lot more sense if you have it in front of you. Now, his name is Richard Smith. He is a metabolic health expert with a real methodology, genuine client results, and years of expertise that most people in his space cannot match. He had a content manager before me. That person worked hard, posted consistently, put in the effort, but the content was flat, generic, and it sounded like every other metabolic health account on Instagram, because it was built the same way every other account builds content. Open the AI, type a topic, get something back, post it, repeat. Now, I came in this year and I built 3 documents before I touched a single post. His voice document, capturing the specific way he thinks and explains things. His avatar document, capturing the exact internal experience of the person he is trying to reach. His content beliefs document, capturing the opinions that make his methodology distinct from everyone else in his space. Then I started producing his content from that foundation. Last month, 8 written posts reached 6.5 million people. The person before me was not bad at their job, they were just working without the right foundation. That is the fundamental difference. So what are these 3 documents? Now, they're not clever prompt engineering, they're not some secret formula, they are context documents. 3 things that need to exist before AI can produce content that sounds like a specific person talking to another specific person. The first is the voice document, the specific way someone explains things, the phrases they use, the rhythm of how they think, the words they would never say. When Claude has that document, the output stops sounding like everyone else and starts sounding like them. Specifically them, nobody else. Now, the second is the avatar document, the internal experience of the exact person the content is for. What they tell themselves at 10:30 p.m. when nothing is working. What they've already tried. What they believe about their problem that is actually wrong. That level of specificity is what makes someone stop scrolling and think, this person is talking directly to me. And the third is a content beliefs document. The opinions that make the methodology distinct. The things that the expert actually thinks that most people in their space will not say out loud. When that goes into the AI before a single post gets written, the output has a point of view. Generic content has no point of view. This is why it dies. 3 documents built before a single prompt gets used. Everything Richard's content produces now comes from that foundation. And this is not just Richard. A health coach in Australia called Joff found my content a few months ago. He grabbed the free document from my Instagram and DM'd me saying he found what I was doing interesting. We jumped on a call, I pulled up his profile, around 4,500 followers, real expertise, genuine results from clients, posts averaging around 4,000 views. I could see the problem inside 2 minutes. The content had nothing specific behind it. No proof pillars, talking to everyone, landing with no one. He posted 1 proof post the next day and booked a call within the next 24 hours after months with precisely 0 bookings. Then, his 2 most viral posts of his entire career happened in the following month. 250,000 views and 300,000 views. He did not have the full system. He had 1 conversation and 1 diagnosis. That is how much difference even a partial context fix makes. The effort was never the problem. The missing context was the problem. So most health coaches using AI for content are doing it in the wrong order. They open Claude or ChatGPT, They type something like, write me a post about gut health. They get something back, change a few words, post it, repeat, and then wonder why it sounds like everyone else. Here is what's actually happening. Give the AI generic input and it fills the gap with whatever the internet looks like on average, which is exactly what generic wellness content looks like. Vague, smooth, interchangeable. The kind of post that gets 11 likes from other coaches and converts nobody. The missing context is the problem. Fix the context first and everything changes. The post starts sounding like a specific person, the hooks start landing with a specific reader, the DMs start coming from people who actually want to buy, not just people who want more free content. That is what happened with Richard. That is what happened with Joff. That is the whole thing. If you're a health coach using AI for content and the output keeps sounding flat, here is where to start. Before you write another post, do this. Open a blank document and answer 3 questions as honestly as you can. Who specifically is reading this? One person. The one who was you before you figured this out. Picture them. Name them if it helps. What are they doing at 10:30 p.m. when nothing is working? What do they believe right now that is actually wrong? The thing that is keeping them stuck that they have not named yet. And what do you think about this topic that most people in your space will not say out loud? The opinion that makes your methodology distinct. The thing you would say to a client on a call that you have never put into a post. Write those answers in your own voice, messy, unfiltered, exactly how you would explain it to a friend over a coffee. Then paste that document into Claude before you ask it to write anything. That is the rough version of what I build properly for clients. But even the rough version produces better output than prompting from nothing, because you have given the AI something real to work with. And that changes everything that comes out the other end. Try it on your next post, see what comes back. And if this landed, please subscribe. I post about this every week, specific, practical, no nonsense. Everything I'm learning, building these systems for health coaches is in there. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.